Thanks for coming to CoinGraph Market. Here is where we change your crypto journey. Are you sick of keeping an eye on the market all the time? With our $1,000 to $100,000 trading challenge, you can trade like a pro without having to sit at your computer all day. It only costs $79 a month. If you subscribe today, Satoshi Swiss will instantly copy my trades and help you get better at crypto. Let's take over the world of crypto together. To join, click on the first link in the description below. Now let's get to the movie. In this video, I'd like to talk about a few recent events that are making XRP much more valuable and making it more likely that it will do well in the future. When I first learned about XRP, I thought there was one big risk that could make it impossible for the XRP system to become an important piece of technology in the future. In this video, I want to talk about both of those things, as well as a big mistake I think the whole Bitcoin market is making. There are many people who say that decentralized networks like the XRP system are not the same as decentralized networks like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Stay tuned for my example of why that is totally wrong. A lot of people were interested in this chart I shared not long ago that shows why I think Bitcoin is dispersed instead of fully decentralized. It really made me think about how interesting it is that the truth is very different from all the stories and rumors we hear about cryptocurrencies, like how centralized XRP is and how decentralized Bitcoin and Ethereum are. I think it's very important for you guys to fully understand this. When I talked about this yesterday, I basically showed how 4 miners control 80% of the Bitcoin network's hash rate. This is a huge amount of control. My view is that these 4 groups have a lot of power over the network's validation. This isn't talked about much because everyone says that anyone can run a miner on the network, which is true. However, certain groups represent some of these miners, which together make up more than 80% of the network's confirmation power. It only takes 51 of the confirmation power for a 51 to talk. If 4 people manage 8 of the network, it is in grave danger. I think the bigger problem is that some people have a lot of power over the Bitcoin network in a way that isn't decentralized. There are different opinions on whether or not that is possible. By running a Bitcoin miner, I'd like to add to the network's proofreading power. Yes, that's a huge spread because anyone can do that. There, a small group of people have most of the power over the network. If we look at Ethereum, we see the same problem we had with Bitcoin. Since so much new information about ETH gates is coming out right now, I was thinking about this. But I won't talk about that right now. There was a lot of talk about how people have tried to get this guy to vote a certain way on the Ethereum network. Staking runs pretty much every important part of the Ethereum network. The only thing that staking does is find out who has the most Ethereum or computational power. I asked Grok to make a list of the most active people on the Ethereum network and look into who they are. The top 3 exchanges on the Ethereum network are Lido at 32A, Coinbase at 20, Kraken at 15, and Binance. This means that they can set any rules they want. As we've seen, the government can severely punish any of these exchanges. This means that the government could possibly get any of these exchanges to do what it needs to do. I want you to know that this story about the XRP system being centralized and more centralized than Bitcoin and Ethereum is not true at all. These people are just making it up to make themselves look good. Now, do you think that will happen to you? There is a chance that it is true, but I don't think so. It's a weakness in the network that is never brought up. As soon as we look at how the XRP record works, we can see that there are a huge number of validators on the network. There are definitely a lot of validators spread out, and anyone can run one. Like Bitcoin, right? One can be run by anyone. One thing that makes this different from Bitcoin is that each of these validators has an equal say. It doesn't make you more powerful to own more XRP or validators. You can run one validator at a time, and each one has the same amount of power. This is called decentralization. This is everyone on the part. This means that everyone in the system has an equal say in the network. Things aren't quite that simple with you and Atlas now. A decentralized system makes sure that each party has the same amount of power. This is the most important thing to really understand. That doesn't happen with Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can get to the top. In the network world, there are ways to get more power. The XRP system doesn't work that way. Why do I think this is so important to know? Because it completely destroys one of the main arguments against the XRP system. The XRP system is actually more decentralized than these other networks, and you will see that there are very good reasons for this. As an XRP holder, I think it's very important to know this because it's where the FUD lies. The most likely to happen to you. Looking at the data, though, it's very clear that the XRP record is much less likely to be hacked than Bitcoin or Ethereum, where money can be used to buy power over the network. There is an infinite amount of money in the world, right? The Federal Reserve can print it out in one day. It seems like a big problem if someone with money could break into your network and take it over to me. To wrap up this video, I'd like to talk about something I talked about in a different video. The main part of the video was Tucker Carlson talking about how he thinks the world is becoming more divided into different groups. I don't think people fully understood how important it was. If there are more than 2 reserve currencies or dominating currencies in the world, it is called a multipolar world. Along with that, I believe many people had trouble seeing how this could be so helpful for XRP. Let me quickly explain. It is very important for XRP that we move into a multipolar world because if all the countries still believe the US, it makes the need for a decentralized neutral asset much greater. If the United States was trustworthy with all of these other countries and they looked up to it, then most of the other countries would be fine using the dollar even if the United States wasn't. If the US wasn't paying for wars against other countries, it would be unfair to use the dollar against them. They would probably say something like, "What about the United States? You've been so responsible and fair. We will continue to use the US dollar, and then there would be no need for any bridge currency, right?" If people all over the world trusted one currency, there would be no need for the bridge. It's clear, though, that countries don't trust the US or each other. All of them also want to make their own currencies and systems so that other countries can't mess with them.